All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel here. Welcome to React and Chill. Now, in these videos on this channel, there's two things I like to do, react and chill. And I'm only going to be doing one of those things here today, and that's chilling. Going to be chilling, talking about, celebrating, going over the highlights of Midori Tatematsu. Midori Tatematsu, that's right, the shred-tastic guitarist of LOVEBITES. It was her birthday recently. And we're taking this occasion to dive into her incredible journey with the band, her jaw-dropping accomplishments, and just highlighting some really cool things about her, okay? In my mind, she's a metal legend in the making. So let's crank it up to 11 and get into this here. First of all, who is she? Well, if you have to ask, then I suppose you need to know what LOVEBITES is. But those things you probably don't have questions on, right? Because if you're watching this video, you probably already know what LOVEBITES is, and you probably have an idea who Midori is. Now, let's talk about her roots, though. Her roots with LOVEBITES. Born on May 28, Midori has been a core member of LOVEBITES, a Japanese power metal juggernaut, since the day one in 2016. She's one half of the band's iconic twin guitar attack alongside Miyako. And let me tell you something, brother. Her solos are like lightning bolts. They are. They're fast, they're furious, they're flashy, aggressive, and absolutely electrifying. Now, before LOVEBITES, Midori was in another band with a different style. Do you guys know what that band is? Something Gekijo Metalike? I probably mispronounced that completely. And some of you guys may not even know about that, and that's okay. Look at that. You might have learned something here today. And if you go search on YouTube, you could probably find, I know you can because I found them, some music videos of all that stuff. And it's kind of cool to see where she started. But when she joined forces with Asami, Haruna, Miyako, and the founding bassist Miho, man, she shaped LOVEBITES from day one. You know, it's just really incredible. What she could do alongside with Miyako, very awesome. So, what else is there to learn about Midori Tatematsu? Well, this Gemini shredder started playing the piano at age 2. That's right, age 2. I had to fact check that too. I was like, is that right? Now maybe something got lost in translation there. But age 2. I think I was still trying to crawl around at age 2. I'm not exactly sure. You know, I don't remember what I was doing as a baby. But I definitely wasn't playing the piano. And then I believe I've got this right, electric guitar at 8. Started playing electric guitar at 8, but she wasn't really, it didn't really hit her until later on in her life. By later on, I mean when she's an adult, a young adult, at 20. She picked it up again, the guitar at 20, and started playing and never looked back. Midori is self-taught, from what I understand. Self-taught and driven. And she is, you could say, has adapted this style that's all about speed and aggression, you know? And it's a style that completely complements Miyako's melodic, soulful leads, right? Together, I think they have how can you argue this? Together, they definitely create the signature LOVEBITES sound. The signature LOVEBITES sound that's got fans headbanging worldwide. She's also one of the backing vocalists, and whenever it happens, right, and which adds to the live energy of the band. I think she has a great look about her. You know, in the early days of LOVEBITES, you could see they didn't. It was like very, very early. Man, go watch the very early live, and you could see how they were then, right? And they did not evolve into their look yet. I mean, they still were wearing the white, but hairstyle wise, you know, because Midori anymore has like this wild hair that's very fun and very cool, right? and it goes with her play style. It just looks good when she's playing live, especially when she's headbanging and stuff. It just looks great. There's still photos of Midori's headbanging, and when the photo is just right, you see her hair going like this, like her ponytail, or whatever, going like this around her face. Oh, it look like snakes, like from Medusa. It looks very cool. It looks very cool. Oh, look! I just zoomed in this camera. I have to fight this camera. So now we're getting more 101 here. Talking about this, but man. Now, Midori's been with LOVEBITES since day one and been with LOVEBITES through every milestone. Since their debut EP, since their debut album, Awakening from Abyss, Clockwork Immortality, Electric Pentagram, all of that. Back when they were touring Europe, everywhere. And she has definitely made a name for herself there. Definitely has helped attribute to the legacy that is LOVEBITES. I could not imagine her ever leaving. It's kind of like it's part of the band. It's like the core of the band. There's core members, there's core members for sure. Now, I mean, there's other things we could talk about when it comes to Midori. I think she's something of a trailblazer. Back in 2019, she told, I think it was Distorted Sound magazine, how the music of LOVEBITES highlights each member's strength, and her growth as a musician has been key to the band's tighter than ever sound. When they played overseas in England, she called that a second hometown. I mean, maybe that's just a rumor I'm just reporting here, but I want to say she did. I want to say I heard that, okay? And it's great that she had this great, amazing journey, being able to shred on these stages. I'd say worldwide, but they didn't hit the U.S. until recently, right? Until very, very recently. But they did. And Midori was there. And it freaking rocked, man. It freaking rocked. All right? And if you're ever curious, because sometimes there's people who try to doubt what Midori does. I think they're haters. You could just go on Twitter. You can go on X, and you could see the praise. You could see the love. You could see people recognizing her accomplishments. And she's not just an amazing guitarist. She also is something of a bodybuilder. She's something of who, I would say, someone who's who takes very good care of her body. Your body is your temple. You only get one, and you should take good care of it if you can. And she does that. She's in shape. She does a lot of cardio, as you can tell. She does some weight training, and she participates in these bikini fashion shows. She's very mindful about what she takes in food wise. I think that is part of her character, and you could see the results of that on stage. She looks magnificent, and she looks strong. Rumor has it, when LOVEBITES tours, they don't need security. She is the security. Midori always has 2 guns with her, fully armed, ready to go. Now, so why do we love Midori? Why do we love her, man? She's a technical beast. A passionate performer. And the key piece of LOVEBITES. Key piece of LOVEBITES' heart and soul. I could not imagine LOVEBITES without her. From her lightning fast solos to her infectious energy. I think she's proving that metal can be, but is alive and thriving. So I say to Midori, happy birthday, and keep shredding, and thank you for making LOVEBITES unstoppable, for sure. And I want to hear from you guys, other members of the Wolf Pack. What are some of your favorite Midori moments? With that said, y'all take it easy and have a good one.